Hey guys, over the weekend I got my new A7 III and I wanted to make a quick video going over a few of the things that I haven't seen anyone talk about yet. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. First thing I noticed was the electronic shutter. I've used the A9 a few times, and on the A9 I know you could change the sound of the electronic shutter, and so far I haven't been able to do that on the A7 III. Maybe I just haven't found the setting yet because those menus are very dense. There's a lot in there, and I've gone through the settings a few times and I haven't found anywhere where I can change it, but I don't think you can change the electronic shutter sound on the A7, which is unfortunate but not terrible. Another thing I noticed, customizable buttons. First off, I've been using Sony cameras for years now and I've loved the ability to customize the buttons, but Sony has one-upped themselves with this most recent round of cameras. I think the A9 and the A7R III also have this, but the customizable buttons you can customize for photo use, video use, and playback. You can have different settings for your buttons depending on which mode you are in. I find that extremely helpful because I mostly use my custom buttons when I am in photo mode, when I'm taking pictures. However, there are a few times when I'm in video mode that I want to be able to change like my slow and quick settings or my frame rate, or using the crop mode versus full frame mode. So it's really nice that I can now change the buttons use depending on what mode I'm in. Another little thing that actually, this was probably the most pleasant surprise for me, the thing that I noticed right away because I've been using Sony cameras for so long. The screen, the flip out screen, when you flip it down, it is actually flush with the bottom. It used to be that this would jut down below and so you couldn't mount this on a tripod plate. Well, if you did mount it on a tripod plate, you couldn't flip the screen down. But now they've redesigned it so that the screen sits just a little bit higher and has a little gap towards the bottom. And so now when you flip it down, it's actually flush with the bottom. That makes a huge difference for usability on a tripod, and I am so happy that they made that change. Another thing that I have seen a few people talking about this one, a few people aren't happy about this. If you want to use the micro USB port on your camera, first off, obviously you pull this flap out, but in order to get full access to that port, your flap basically has to be facing down, which means you can't have your camera sitting down flat on a table unless it's on the very edge and this flap is hanging off the edge. For me, that's not a big problem because I intend to use micro USB almost exclusively, but this is a complaint that some people had. Speaking of USB-C, I have a ton of USB-C devices. My phone uses USB-C, I have a Nintendo Switch, I have a GoPro, I have a MacBook, and they all use USB-C, so I have lots of USB-C accessories. Out of curiosity, I plugged a few in just to see if anything happened for my camera. So first off, I tried plugging USB-C for my monitor into this, and it made my camera go into mass storage mode, and after a couple of seconds it said error device, check the other device basically. So that didn't work. I tried plugging in a USB-C hub and then plugging in a keyboard and a mouse. Neither of those worked. In the future I'm going to do a few more extensive tests. I want to see if there's anything that we can use this USB-C port for other than strict data transfer to and from a computer and for charging. I think it would be really sweet if you could hook up, say, an external keyboard for when you need to put in your password for the for the Wi-Fi connection. As much as that touchscreen is better than nothing, it's still not super fun to use. Anyway, so more tests to come on that front. Last thing I wanted to talk about was some Bluetooth issues I've been having. I am shooting this on the A6500, and that, as far as I know, was the first Sony camera that allowed you to use GPS tagging by a Bluetooth connection to your phone. And I've used that a lot, and I really like it. I like having the GPS coordinates on my pictures. And I tried setting that up with my A7 III, and the pairing process went as expected. On my phone, I searched for the Bluetooth device, it came up with the A7 III, I hit pair. On my camera, it asked if I wanted a pair, I said okay. And then it didn't connect. I went to the normal screen and you can see the icons for whether or not Bluetooth is connected and whether or not you have the location linkage working. and it never showed Bluetooth as connecting. I went into my phone and I manually tried to connect to this. It was paired, and so it knew about the camera, but for some reason Bluetooth is not connecting. I'm gonna troubleshoot that a lot because I certainly want location tagging on my photos, so that is a big concern for me. I've never had that issue on the A6500, so I'm not sure what is different here on the A7 III that's causing those issues. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you found these to be interesting or insightful. I haven't seen anyone else really talking about these on YouTube, so I thought I'd make this quick video for it. Have a great day. Come back for more content in the future. Hopefully I'll be making lots of great videos with this A7 III. Thanks. Bye.